Welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, a show where each episode centers around a crucial aspect of our communities, small businesses. This is your host, SK. Small businesses are more than just economic contributors, they are the lifeblood of innovation and community connection. Today, we are exploring the journey of starting and growing a service business in Canada, delving into the intricacies of B2B marketing strategy, and uncovering the secrets of effective marketing execution. Today, we are delighted to welcome Jen Kelly, the founder and leader of New Initiatives Marketing Inc., a company specializing in providing fractional chief marketing officer services and expert marketing teams to B2B clients. Jen brings a wealth of experience from her previous roles at prominent companies like the Financial Times UK, Siemens, and Motorola, and from running the successful subscription SaaS company Nimble Quotes. NIM, a WBE-certified woman-owned company, has been instrumental in growing Canadian and American B2B businesses. Join us as we explore Jen's journey in marketing and learn from her vast experience. Good morning, Jen, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. How are you today?
I'm great.
Thank you so much, Jen. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Your journey through the world of marketing and your success in both service and SaaS businesses is truly inspiring. In today's episode, we are diving into the innovative concept of a fractional chief marketing officer and its transformative effect on modern marketing leadership. Jen, could you explain what a fractional CMO does and what impact they have on businesses?
Yeah, sure. So fractional CMO, that would be Chief Marketing Officer. So what they would do is they would come into a business and create the strategy so that the company could have an effective marketing strategy to execute. The fractional side of it means that they're not there full time. And the fractional side also means you get that expertise for a fraction of the cost as it would to hire a chief marketing officer in-house.
Thank you so much for this explanation. Jen, after discussing the role of a fractional CMO, we are curious about the reasons a business might opt for this model instead of a traditional full-time CMO. Could you share your insights on this?
Yeah, for sure. The reason a company might choose to bring in a fractional chief marketing officer is if they are new to embarking on marketing. The reason they would start with a chief marketing officer is because you want the leadership there, you want the plan set out, you want a good start if you're getting started in marketing. To give you an idea on the cost to bring in a chief marketing officer in-house as an employee, the last numbers I have are from November 2023. The lowest amount of salary, that starts at $173,000 per year. So you can imagine. So you've got that as a payroll cost now, plus the chief marketing officer, while they are setting out the strategy, and they may have years or decades of experience knowing how to do all the marketing things, they're not going to be doing it. So not only do you need the chief marketing officer, now you need a team to fulfill and get the work done that is in their strategy. So by going with a fractional option, the company is saving, of course, the price on that, but it can also have that chief marketing officer come in for a period of time to create the strategy, and then they can be on their way. So a typical strategy, I guess it could depend, depending on the marketing officer. With us, ours are 60 days. So day 1 to day 60, we're working on the strategy. So you can think if you're a small business owner, okay, we've got this expertise for 60 days, and then away we go. So it's very, very flexible.
So you work on different strategies starting from the day one, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And I think this concept is very good and cost effective for most of the businesses instead of hiring a full time. Jen, many of our listeners operate with a limited budgets. Could you share some effective marketing strategies that are particularly budget friendly for small businesses?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing I would suggest you do is you get some kind of leadership within your company. So if that is a fractional, if it is on the consulting basis, but start at the top. So get someone to come in and help you understand what marketing can do for your business. And that can be many of the consultants work on hourly, they could work on a weekly basis. And typically, before any of this happens, the marketing expert is talking with the small business owner about what your budget really is and what can we do with that. So all kinds of budgets can be accommodated. But I would suggest that instead of, for example, starting with a marketing intern or someone just out of school because their salary may look lower, that you really want to start at the top so you can have the strategy and the plan outlined, and then they can work with you to figure out how are we going to make this happen in a cost-effective way.
Right, like Jen, a lot of business owners, including me, and when we start the business, they make a mistake and they take marketing very lightly. Marketing, I believe, marketing is very, very important, and marketing makes a business more and more successful. Right, dear listeners, as we navigate the evolving landscape of marketing leadership with Jen, it's enlightening to see how the role of a fractional CMO can be a game changer for businesses in today's dynamic market. This conversation underscores the importance of flexibility and strategic expertise in steering companies towards success. Keep listening as we dive deeper into the mechanics of developing and executing impactful marketing strategies. Thank you so much, Jen, for shedding light on the role of a fractional CMO. It's clear that they offer a strategic advantage, right, especially for businesses looking for high level marketing expertise without the commitment of a full time executive. Now, moving forward, we will unravel the essentials of crafting a robust marketing strategy that serve as the cornerstone for any thriving B2B enterprise. Jen, what are the key elements that make up an effective marketing strategy for B2B companies?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you say B2B companies, typically B2B, their challenge compared to a business to consumer company, longer sales cycle, more complex product, and there's more buyers making the decision. So, for example, for you to go out today and buy a can of Coca-Cola, it's just you deciding, if you want to buy that. To buy something that is a component of say a power station, that's going to take several more weeks of decision making and a few more people in order to decide what's right for the company. So with that, the marketing strategy for B2B companies is a little bit more complex, but what it has to entail is number one, the strategy really has to support where the business is going. So the marketing leader that comes in has to understand what the business goals are. So for example, is the goal to launch a new product next year? Is the goal are we a BC-based business? We're going into Alberta. We're going to expand there. What are the goals of the company? And then marketing can formulate a strategy that supports those business goals. That's the best way to take marketing seriously. And that's the best way that you can really see as a business owner and a business leader how marketing is helping your business grow.
Right. Thanks for sharing those important insights. With the key elements of an effective strategy in mind, could you explain how does a strong marketing strategy support a company's overall business goals and growth?
Absolutely. So within that strategy, if the marketing leader understands where the business is going, they can then be able to choose from all the marketing tactics out there, which ones are going to help the business move forward. They're also going to know what to look for within the competition. So what's the competition doing and where can we win in those areas? So what's really key about that is understanding you have customers. There's some reason why those current customers are still working with you and why they stay with you. So getting their insights is so very, very important. And so you're hearing from your customers, you're understanding the competition, and you're mapping what you're trying to do to the business goals. All three of those are really important for a marketing strategy.
Right. As you rightly said, marketing strategy is very, very important for any business, whether it's a small business or a mid business or a large corporation. In today's digital age, having a strong online presence is crucial. Jen, what first steps would you recommend to small business owners to take to establish or enhance their online footprint?
Okay, their online footprint. So first of all, a website. So for sure, you've got to get your domain and get your website up there. The second thing I would suggest on your website is you have a way for people to sign up for your company newsletter. It's very important that you start to collect people that are interested in your company, your business, your services, because unfortunately, not everybody that comes to know about your business is ready to buy from you yet. So that's why the newsletter is very, very important. And then the third thing, you have to get out there on social. But the importance of the newsletter and why I said that second is, as we know, now the social networks are great for exposure. They can be great for all kinds of things, but they can change their algorithm at any time. They can decide what happens. They can decide you have to pay us more to get shown, that kind of thing. So once you make contact with a potential customer, you need to bring them back to your site. You need to get them onto your mailing list, and then that email list is yours to cultivate. So I would say that's the important thing.
Right. Thank you so much, Jen, for sharing these insights with our listeners, especially the small business owners. Now, engagement is key in marketing. Everyone knows that. Like, Jen, could you suggest some creative ways for small businesses to increase their customer engagement through marketing?
Through marketing. So it would depend on what it is that you're selling. Oftentimes, from the customer side, I'm sure you've experienced this as well. You go to buy the product or service, and as soon as the transaction is done, it's like you don't matter anymore. It's like, so I would say one of the key ways a small business can win is that after sales service. So what it is, could you follow up a little bit more after the sale is done? If it's a service that you've purchased for the next year, is there something you can do to check in with that customer once a month to see if everything is okay? It's important for you to win your customer and to keep your customer happy that way. Those are some really cost-effective ways to do that. And next to the big guys, you can outsmart them and you can outwin with your customers that way.
We just heard from Jen about how important it is to be seen online and really connect with our customers. It's all about making sure people know about your awesome business and love what you do. Have you found a cool way to show up online or get your customers excited? Drop us a comment or send us a message. We are all in this together. And I can't wait to hear your stories as we move on to talk about making our plans happen for real. Jen, thank you so much for taking these two additional questions for my listeners, the small business owners. Your insights into developing a marketing strategy offer a blueprint for B2B companies to align their marketing efforts with their business objectives, like ensuring a cohesive, targeted approach. Now, let's talk about executing marketing strategies effectively. The journey from strategy to execution is where the true challenge lies, right? Let's explore the intricacies of bringing a marketing strategy to life in the B2B landscape. Jen, what does effective execution of a marketing strategy entail, especially in a B2B context?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a wide gap between the strategy and the execution, and the execution is how it all gets done. So one of the most important things is to have a marketing leader on your side that can take that strategy and know what marketing expert to bring in. So within marketing, there's writers, there's web developers, there's graphic designers, there's you name it, and these people are all experts in what they do. And it's important that the marketing leader somewhat has to operate like a conductor, bringing in the right team members, the right people at the right time, because everything that they've devised in the strategy is set to work together. And so this person has to make sure the right teams come together and all their work synchronizes in a way that can support the business. So the best way to get from the strategy to execution is to have someone that understands how to do that and how to bring in the right people at the right time, and then, conduct the symphony, if you will, until it's executed. It doesn't always go that smoothly, of course. There's things that happen either internally, which is some bumps in the road, whether it's technical, or all of a sudden your competition could do something else, right? And now you have to change your plan. So having the foresight and the expertise to say, okay, this is what's happening in the market. We're going to change this and we're going to keep it moving. So, but you do need someone who has the overall understanding of all the different elements to bring it together. That's the key.
Right. And a lot of business owners, they see marketing as an expense, whereas marketing is an investment, right?
Yes.
In the light of complexities in executing these strategies, Jen, how do you maintain alignment with the initial strategic vision of the business, ensuring that execution phase stays true to the original plan?
Yeah, yeah. That's very that's the tough part. That's the tough part of it for sure because you can get involved in the busy work as things are being executed for sure. Again, it comes back to whoever you have in there as the marketing leader, making sure that everything is happening and making sure that the marketing is supporting the business as they go. Another thing we hadn't talked about with the marketing strategy is it has to include support for sales. So unless there's a tie in there to supporting the sales team or the salesperson or the sales department, that's where marketing can start to be seen as, I've heard it called the arts and crafts department, just putting logos on things, that kind of thing. Marketing can help bring sales right to the door. And so that has to be established from day one in the strategy, though.
Right, I have experience like when I was in Dubai, and I was also basically I'm from India,
Ah,
and have seen a lot of businesses with very good ideas and
mm,
everything, and I get surprised, and this is my personal opinion. I get surprised when I see a single person is sales and marketing manager. I think the businesses need to understand the importance of marketing, like how marketing can help maintain their brand as well as grow their business, right? Like now, moving on to the next question. This question, Jen, is from myself and
okay.
from my small business owners. Understanding the effectiveness of a marketing efforts is essential, right? What are some straightforward methods small business owners can use to measure the success of their marketing campaigns?
Interesting. Interesting. If they want to measure the success, they have to. One of the first things they need to do is before they put any money into the campaign, they have to decide what is going to make that campaign effective for them. So it's a disaster if you start to decide on your KPIs or your metrics after you've put the money towards it. So you have to know what you're getting into. For example, one of the basic things that folks could start to track is visitors to the website. And if there are things on the website to do, either purchase, download some information, sign up to the newsletter, see month over month how many visitors actually do those actions. Once you understand what people are doing on your website, you can say, okay, we want more of this, we want less of that, and then you can adjust a campaign to produce that result. But before you put any money down, decide what's going to make you happy. The other thing is within marketing, particularly if it's a new business, a new product, you're coming into a new regional market, there's going to be some time where it's awareness. And how can you track awareness, right? So it's going to be important to understand that awareness and activities do count as well. It's not always the dollars and not always the website visits. So know what you're measuring before you open your wallet, I would
Yeah,
say.
thank you so much for sharing this very important site. As you rightly said, knowing before investing your money in any marketing effort is very, very important, like where you're putting or investing that money so that you get the results that what you're aiming for. Hello, listeners. We have talked about making plans, but how do we know they are actually working? Jen just gave us some tips on figuring that out. It's like being a detective for your own business. Have you ever been surprised by what worked really well or what didn't in your marketing? Share your experiences with us. We are getting ready to dive into finding the right people to help make your marketing dreams come true next. Jen, I must say this, your expertise, Jen, in executing marketing strategies reinforces the importance of staying true to the strategic vision while being adaptable to changing market dynamics. Based on your experience of interviewing 42 writers to find the lead writer, what advice do you have for businesses when hiring or collaborating in marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep an open mind, really. And it's very important to find a good fit for your business at your time. And not everybody's going to be that exact fit. So be prepared for a long road there. But there are lots of great marketing experts out there. It's just what is going to fit well with you. One of the things that we do to find out who's going to be a good fit, because as you know, some people interview very well, agencies pitch very well, and then to work with them, it could be an opposite experience. And I'm sure we've all had all those experiences where maybe a first impression isn't amazing, but to work with that person, it's just been the best, the best thing in your career. One of the ways to find that out before you bring them on is a test project. And so that's what we typically do, and that's what I'd recommend.
Okay. Now, Jen, building on your extensive experience in hiring, like how do you advocate for using test projects as a means to evaluate potential team members or collaborators? What's your approach to ensuring the right fit?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the initial conversation, and if it seems to be a good fit, I will pitch them the idea of doing a test project together. Now, this test project, it's got a few components. It's got to be paid. So I have to have skin in the game. They have to be earning something. It has to be time capped. So we do anywhere from 7 days to 30 days. So small enough time frame that you can evaluate and someone can get the work done. And it has to be a real project. So it has to be, it can't be make work. It has to be something that you can see how the person is doing and they can see what it would be like to work on projects with you. So that's very important. Typically I pitch them like that. And then sometimes we collaborate together to see what the project should be. Other times I have a few ideas of what the test project is, specifically what I need the help for, and we launch it that way. What's been good about that is it's not only one-sided, it's two-sided. So they get to see what it's like to work with our team. Are they happy with that or not? Small investment in time, and you can move along if it's not a good fit. If it's a great fit, you're off to a really good start. They've earned some money. You've earned some trust. You guys feel like, okay, we've got the first initial project done. Let's really go for it. So
thanks for these insights. Now, Jen, like everyone knows, like AI is one of the hottest topic and it's a trending topic in the market. I'm curious to know, like, what role AI will play in coming future when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know totally what's going to happen in the future, but the thing is, we are experimenting with it, and I think that's something that is very, very important to do. In our industry, it's a little bit of a sore point, to be quite honest, because in some aspects of our industry, think the writers, can you put something into ChatGPT and get a blog out of it? Sure you can. Is it going to be as good as a writer that really knows your business and your voice? Probably not. But we're noticing that some of the creatives are a little bit scared about what's happening. And to that, I would just say we have to keep our eyes open. There could be many wonderful things that can happen with AI, but as well, there's always going to be the place for the humans. There's always going to be the place for the customer service, and there's always going to be the place for the experts.
Thank you so much for shedding light on one of the important topic today, right? To cap off our discussion, we will examine the symbiotic relationship between marketing and sales, a partnership crucial to any business success. How can marketing strategies be tailored to effectively support and enhance a company's sales efforts?
That would start back at the strategy stage. So it would be important for the marketing leader to come into your company and understand what's happening with sales right now. So how many people are there? What's the sales process? Typically, where we find the problem could be, so here's an example. The salespeople have a certain skill set to sell. It is a tough it is a tough role with all the rejection and whatnot. Frequently, we see that the salesperson is now responsible for readjusting their sales deck. They shouldn't be spending time on PowerPoint or doing that or revisiting the messaging. They should be out there prospecting or having the meetings or closing the deals. So when we go in and we see that happening, that's one place where marketing can take that off sales place, keep them out there selling, and we can do that type of work for them. But that has to be known at the start so that the marketing leader can build in the sales support in the marketing strategy.
Right. Now, like when it comes to small businesses, Jen, small business owners often face unique marketing challenges, right? From your experience, like what are some common hurdles and how can they overcome?
Some common hurdles for small business owners are this shiny object. So, oh, this is new. Let's go try this. Let's go try this week, right? So, the inconsistency of staying with one channel long enough to see the success. And another problem I see with small business owners is if their competition is doing something, they want to do it as well.
Copycat.
Yeah, it may not work for your situation, but they see, the competition doing it and they want to run off and do that as well. So those are the two most common things. The third would be hiring an intern. And I don't mean to pick on interns. I was an intern one day, but for all their enthusiasm, they don't have the experience yet to lead your company in any type of marketing. So they unfairly would hire a more junior person and put all the weight of their company's marketing success on that person who doesn't yet have the skills to do so. So those are the three common things I see with small businesses.
Thanks for sharing that. Looking ahead, what marketing trends should small business owners be aware of? And how can they prepare to leverage these trends for their growth?
Absolutely. The first thing I would say, it's a mindset shift. So instead of just thinking we'll do some marketing or we'll put some marketing out there or we're going to a trade show, we better promote ourselves, to really think about marketing as just the same they think about payroll, to be quite honest, right? You don't pay your people every 2 weeks, then every 4 days, then every 4 months, then when you feel like it, right? And that's the kind of attitude that a lot of small business owners take to marketing. I don't feel like doing this. We'll do something we won't do anything now. So the same structured way as you pay your people, I want you to start thinking of the same structured way to get marketing to support your business. So that would be the first one, just that mindset shift. And then second of all, I would say if you're going for a real cost-effective way, make sure your website is performing like a 24/7 salesperson. And what I mean by that is anyone can come to your website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Can your customer walk through your website and get the information, place an order, arrange a sales call, arrange an appointment? Can they sort of self-serve on your website enough to come closer to doing a sale with you?
Right. Recently we were working with one of our partners, CIRA, Canadian Internet Registration Authority.
Yeah.
So they're really doing a great job in, promoting the .ca and also, creating awareness about importance of being online for a lot of small business owners. Folks, Jen just shared something very important. When marketing and sales work together well, it really helps our businesses grow. Imagine marketing and sales as two parts of the same team. They both want the same thing to make the business better. When they support each other, they can do much more than if they were working alone. So let's think about how we can make sure our marketing helps our sales team and our sales teams help our marketing team. This teamwork can make our business much stronger. Now, Jen, to add a final layer of insight to this discussion, Jen, could you share one key piece of advice or a golden nugget of wisdom for small business owners, particularly in the realm of marketing, to help them navigate their path to success more effectively?
Yeah, success more effectively for small business that would be budget friendly. I know it's not fancy, but it would be your email marketing list. It really would. So your email newsletter that goes out either once a week or once a month and letting your existing customers and your prospective customers know what's happening with your business, new products, new information. You have to keep in mind that everybody has an email address and the algorithm is just sending it to your inbox. So it is a really cost-effective way to showcase your expertise and to do that as often as you want. There's no algorithm that's going to stop it. And that's something that is really open to everybody. B2B, B2C, high ticket item, low ticket item. That's what I would suggest.
As we wrap up today's enlightening conversation, I want to leave our small business owners with a pivotal question inspired by Jen's wealth of knowledge. How can you more closely align with your marketing and sales efforts to not only achieve but surpass your business goals? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, or you can write to us at info@canadiansme.ca, or you can get connected with Jen directly by visiting her website newinitiativesmarketing.com. Jen, I can't thank you enough for joining us today and sharing such invaluable insights. Your expertise and experiences are truly inspiring for small business owners everywhere. And especially, I learned a lot on marketing. I'm a marketer myself, but having this kind of discussions with experts like you, it truly enhances our own knowledge. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your experiences and insights with our small business owners.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. As we conclude our insightful conversation with Jen Kelly, we take with us the key learnings about the roles of a fractional CMO, the development and execution of marketing strategies, and the importance of synergy between marketing and sales. We thank Jen for sharing her valuable experiences and strategies, and our partners, exclusive banking partner RBC, exclusive shipping partner UPS, exclusive accounting software partner Zero, and our exclusive email partner Constant Contact. Don't forget to check out Jen's upcoming marketing strategy workshop at the Accelerate 2024 conference in Vancouver. For more empowering content, subscribe to Canadian SME Small Business Magazine by visiting CanadianSME.ca. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to bringing you more engaging conversations in our future episodes.